Hey folks, Scott from IT Rockstars here. Hope you're having a good day. In today's video, we've got something rather special. I'm going to be telling you all about what the ideal client is for a managed service provider or an IT business. Now, if you already run an IT business or an MSP, you probably already have a good idea of this already, who the type of ideal client is. But I'm going to actually show you on paper the types of businesses or the types of industries that work really well with managed service providers. You may be aware of them already. There might be some that you're not aware of. So this video will hopefully have some value. Now, the whole point of about showing you all of these ideal industries is to get you thinking about your IT marketing and basically basing your marketing for these types of companies, and then how you're going to attract these types of companies. Excuse me. To your business. And the way that I've done this myself is via LinkedIn. That's the main method for it. So once you've identified the types of industries that you want to work with, the types of businesses that you want to work with, it's actually going and looking in the local area and looking at, like, for example, all of the accountants that are a particular size in your local area, and then finding out that decision maker. Now, usually the decision maker when it comes to IT services, MSP, that type of thing, it is usually the person in charge. It's usually the business owner if it's a smaller business. It can sometimes be the financial director. Usually IT sometimes falls towards them, and then occasionally it can be the office manager as well. They're usually the main ones that this works for in regards to finding the decision maker. So once you've got a list of industries, you can go into LinkedIn, connect with these decision makers, and then you can start marketing to them. And that's why you're watching this video. Actually, that's how I've done this with you guys, is I've connected with you on LinkedIn or on Facebook or somewhere like that, and now I'm showing you my marketing material. And what we do at IT Rockstars is we produce content marketing materials for IT companies, so you can use our white label content on your LinkedIn network, and it goes out there and you start to attract in those contacts and those leads. We'll tell you a little bit about that later on. Anyway, on to the actual ideal clients that an MSP works for. Now, this is an old slide that I've done, but this still rings true today. And this slide's about 3 years old now. It was for a BNI talk that I did about my business at the time. And this was basically, it was actually the ideal referral. That was the title of it. But I've split it up into industry, and the sort of the hot ones, I would say, is this middle column here. So the middle column I find are the best types of industries to work with if you're a managed service provider. Solicitors, accountants, estate agents, recruitment agencies, they're all great. The web digital agencies, maybe not so much. They're usually a bit penny pinchers, but usually solicitors or lawyers from the US audience and accountants, they're usually great ones to work with. And the same way recruitment agents as well. So they are the sort of the top of my pick. The ones on either side, you've got things like food supply. So that is basically companies that supply local restaurants within an area. They usually have quite a big admin burden. They're usually quite a good one to go after as well. Waste and scrap, there's a lot of money in waste and scrap, believe it or not, and it's one of those evergreen niches that's never going to die away, because people are always going to have there's always going to be waste disposable and that type of thing. So you're always going to have that type of business. Healthcare, one that I haven't personally had any experience of. I know my US clients have a lot of experience with this type of one, but it's one that I personally haven't had no experience of, so I can't really comment on it. Same with transport and funeral homes. I haven't personally had any experience with them. I'm really in this middle column, the professional services. I have heard, though, funeral homes are actually really good, and you can charge sort of quite high for funeral homes. But again, I don't have any experience of them. And then you've got on the right hand side here some of the other ones that I've experienced. So housing associations here in the UK, that tends to be quite a good one. They're usually quite high profile. And builders and construction, they can actually, you've got a lot of things like mobile device management for builders and construction, that type of thing. I mean, there's third sector organizations. And I would say the thing with third sector organizations are non-profits. It's of a particular sort of size of company. You don't want to be going after a small non-profit or third sector organization. You want to be going after quite a sizable one. And that brings us on to the next point, the actual size of these types of companies that are in your local area. I really want to, I'm maybe already telling you stuff that you already know, or maybe I'm just pointing out something common that you already know, but it's certainly something that when I started doing sales, I needed to figure this out. So the ideal client size, now I have here 5 to 50. I would actually say it's more like 10. So the small clients tend to be a lot of work for very little return. And I found that if there's an office if it's got at least 10 office employees in it, it's usually worth the hassle. I would say actually probably a little bit bigger than that, but anything under 10 just really is not worth the hassle. They usually take up more time. They've got limited budget, and yeah, I try and avoid them when I can. And then on the other side of it, you've got the sort of larger ones. You go up to about 50 head count, and that's usually when there's already an IT resource in-house. Now you can still partner with companies of that size or larger, and partner with the actual IT resource and help support them and what they're doing, provide holiday cover, or just provide your solutions to them. But the ideal size for the fully sort of managed service, where you're taking full control of the technology in the business, I would say is between 10 and 50 headcount. So that's the ideal client. So what you have to do now basically is you have to go onto LinkedIn, and then find out all these types of companies locally. I wouldn't start with them all. I would start with maybe the professional services. They're the ones that I like. And then find out maybe who in your contact sphere has relationships already with these types of people and the decision makers. Or you could do it the way that I've done it, and that is actually connect just directly on LinkedIn with the decision makers. And when I connect, I don't actually message them with any information. I just connect. But then I'll start posting content on my LinkedIn that is going to attract them to me. And that's what I've done with you guys. That's why you're watching this. And that's what we do at IT Rockstars. As I say, if you are interested in our service at IT Rockstars, check it out. We do have a January special on the site at the moment. We help you market your IT business. That's what we do. We provide you with white label content that you can put out there onto your social networks that will attract the ideal customer to you. Anyway, in tomorrow's video, I'm going to actually show you tomorrow we've got an interview tomorrow. It's going to be live on Facebook. If you haven't followed IT Rockstars on Facebook, do so. And we're going to be doing a live interview with I think it's Kyle Heath of Kimberly IT. He does a lot of LinkedIn videos, so we're going to get some info on his LinkedIn videos, see how he does that. But on Tuesday's video for IT Rockstars, I'm going to show you the process that I go through on LinkedIn to connect with my ideal customer in this group. Okay? Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, you know what to do. Thanks, guys. Bye.